On this episode of the podcast, we take a look at the movie A Simple Favor, directed by Paul Feig and written by Jessica Sharzer, adapted from the novel by Darcey Bell, starring Anna Kendrick, Blake Lively, Henry Golding, and Jean Smart. Welcome to He Said, She Said Movie Reviews. This is the podcast where a happily married couple with similar but different movie tastes take a quick look at the movies, helping you make the right decision before your next movie. I'm your host, Tim.
And I'm April.
A Simple Favor, not a simple movie. We'll tell you all about it right after these two trailers.
The first trailer is Halloween. Laurie Strode comes to her final confrontation with Michael Myers, the masked figure who has haunted her since she narrowly escaped his killing spree on Halloween night 4 decades ago. And of course, Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back in her role as Laurie. I don't know how many of y'all remember that, but I do. Probably one of the best horror movies ever made. The second trailer is Instant Family. This looks so good. A couple finds themselves in over their heads when they agree to adopt 3 children, Mark Wahlberg and Rose Byrne, directed and written by Sean Anders, who he was responsible for We Are the Millers, Hot Tub Time Machine, Daddy's Home 1 and 2.
So this week's movie is A Simple Favor. This is a movie that centers around Stephanie, played by Anna Kendrick, a mommy vlogger who seeks to uncover the truth behind her best friend, Emily, who's played by Blake Lively's sudden disappearance from their small town. This is a movie was directed by Paul Feig, who brought us Bridesmaid, Spies, Ghostbusters, Answer the Call, several episodes of The Office, Nurse Jackie, Parks and Rec, and 30 Rock. Great pedigree there for this dark comedy.
And what about the writers? Jessica Sharzer?
Yeah, it was written by Jessica Sharzer, who brought us a bunch of the American Horror Stories, Nerve, and the TV version of Dirty Dancing. And this movie is adapted from the novel by Darcey Bell. It's got a great cast in it, too. Anna Kendrick, Blake Lively, Henry Golding, and Jean Smart.
And many others, too, just that have smaller little roles, but that are really good.
Yeah, I was really impressed by Anna Kendrick in this movie. It was like it was written for her. Fantastic role for her.
Yeah, she killed it, everybody. She really did. And as a dark comedy, Tim, this was to be in a theater and have people just belt out laughter. That's how you know that a dark comedy is truly just that.
Yeah, we were both, our daughter went with us too. We were all laughing out loud at this movie. I think this is one of those type of movies that even if I was sitting at home by myself watching this, I would probably also find myself laughing out loud. It's just, it's very well written. It's, as April said, it's kind of strange. There's some weirdness to this movie, but it's hilariously funny.
Yeah, it's a very... It's an interesting movie, but the cast and the dialogue, the theme, I mean, it just, there's not really a theme. I'm just going to tell you it's a dark comedy. Blake Lively plays herself, although a very strong woman in the movie. I thought she did well.
I was a little disappointed with Henry Golding's performance. After his breakout role in Crazy Rich Asians, I thought we'd get more from him, but he's going to have to do a little bit more than what he did in this movie to keep on going with that leading man role. So
yeah, I agree. I felt like in the case of someone missing, I don't know. I expected more emotion. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I agree with you on that. But again, the supporting cast, I mean, I could sit here and give you 3 examples of wonderful actors that we didn't even mention yet.
Yeah, Bashir, I think Bashir Saludin, I think that's how you pronounce his last name.
Yes, he was a detective.
He played the detective. All the scenes that he was in, he stole those roles, those scenes, in my opinion.
Yeah, he did well. And whoever directed it did good. And I just want to do a shout out to the soundtrack. It fit the movie. And there was a bunch of Euro rock, and it just felt right.
Yeah, there's a scene where Anna Kendrick is dancing to this Euro punk kind of song.
Yeah.
That really cracked me up. I thought it was a beautiful movie too. It was well shot. The scenes out at the camp were, I thought, beautiful.
Yeah,
and such.
They did a good job. Good lighting, I thought too, all through the movie.
Yeah, the one thing for me that was a little disappointing, some of the editing in this movie. I don't want to spoil the movie for anybody, so I'm not going to talk about the scene. But there's a scene towards the end of the movie that the editing for me it wasn't very good. It was very choppy, very back and forth. And if you see this movie, which you should, you'll know what I'm talking about in this one particular scene towards the end. It took away from the movie for me too.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also on the pace, not so good. And the reason I say that is there was no clear time frame for the movie. Tim, did you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was hard. Yes, if you see the movie, you'll know that they do the time frame with her vlogs, the Anna Kendrick's character's vlogs. But if this all happened in the short time period that the vlogs suggest that it did, then it makes the movie even a lot more strange with what happens in the movie. And once again, we're not going to spoil it for you by telling you what happened. So
no. But where the movie shines is definitely the dialogue.
Oh yeah, it's a tremendously well written movie. I thought it was brilliant as far as the writing was concerned. Even you look at the character's last name for Anna Kendrick's, the mother's name. Her last name was Smothers. Her full name was Stephanie Smothers. And if you'll get that when you see the movie. So
absolutely. And I thought that when they worked on the scripting, if you will, I thought that even down to a stay-at-home mom who gives 400%, how the others treat her.
The other parents in the class, in the kids' class.
It's unfortunate in my opinion, but it's that part is true. But it's a very good movie. Both the kids, the young sons, did phenomenal jobs as well. Overall, I think the last art comedy I think I was really crazy about might have been Election with Reese Witherspoon and Matthew Broderick years ago. But I did. This movie was weird, but at the same time, they did a good job.
But it was weird in a good way, right? Because you've been thinking about this movie for days afterwards, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have some concerns with some of the things that occurred with when she went missing, but these are just issues that maybe just I would notice. Well, I don't know.
That's the feminist in you coming out too, though, right?
I don't know if it's that or just a caring person, Tim. I mean, I just think that, there's right and there's wrong. There's a way to behave in all situations that
well, that's where the thing with the timeline comes in. If this was something that happened in 5 days, I totally agree with you. If it was something that happened in 5 months, it's something different, right?
Absolutely. And that's why, like you said, you couldn't be altogether sure. But I do think that it'll keep your mind going the entire movie. That's for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you there, too. And it's one of those things that keeps you on your edge of your seat and keeps you thinking about it and entertained, I think. So right. Should we get to rating this movie, April?
Yes, I'm going to give it a 3. I'm going to give it a little bit more room up to a 3.5 because of the dialogue and the incredible supporting cast. Whoever oversaw every detail of this movie, they did a good job.
Yeah, for me, this is a movie. When I left the movie, I actually looked at April and my daughter Hope and said, "Wow, that movie was brilliant." And I thought it was. I mean, it really impressed the hell out of me, except for that one scene where we had the whole editing problems. For me, that downgraded the movie as far as giving it a really high rating.
Okay, how are you going to rate it?
I want to give it a 4, but because of that editing things, it's going to get a 3.5 from me also. So
okay. Well, I hope we get to see everyone at the movies. And Tim, we have a special shout out, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Yes, we do. To the Springs Cinema and Tap House where we saw this movie. It is our home theater now. And if you're ever in Atlanta and you want to go see a movie at a great theater, Please go to the Spring Cinema and Tap House. It's what an independent movie theater should be.
Absolutely. And we want to thank everyone for all your support and everyone who's been somehow just helping us. We're getting all kinds of invitations to movie festivals and interviews, and we have a lot of really exciting things coming up we can't wait to share. So we thank you so much for all your support, and we enjoy hearing from y'all. Just ideas about podcasts for us from all kinds of ideas with the movies. But we thank you so much, and we'll see you at the movies.
And once again, as always, if you haven't already done so, please go out to HeSaidSheSaidMovies.com/subscribe and subscribe to the podcast. It's absolutely free to do. We thank you for your support, and we'll see you at the movies.
See you at the movies.